Hello, this is Mr. Soy. Today we're going to be looking at systems of linear equations and then how to actually find the common solution to that system of linear equations. We're going to be working on two methods today. The methods we'll be working on are graphing and equal values method. First, we need to understand what a system of linear equations actually is. Well, essentially what it is a system of linear equations contains two or more linear equations. And then the common solution to a linear system is the point where all of the lines in that system cross. Well, that seems easy enough. If we can just find where that point that they cross is, we've found the common solution and we've solved that system of linear equations. The first method we're going to look at is graphing, and that seems to be the easiest method simply because we're used to graphing, and once I graph my lines, I usually can see exactly where they cross, thus I found my common solution. Alright, so here I have a system of linear equations. Sometimes you'll see them written like this, kind of a set notation. But the idea is I need to graph both of those linear equations on my xy axis, and then I'm going to find out which point the two lines cross at. That will then become my common solution. Well, we could certainly do t-tables or xy tables and plug in values of x and solve to find values of y, and then we could plot those points, and then we could essentially draw or connect all of those points together to get our line. Personally, I like the fact that when we have it in slope-intercept form, all I have to do is find my y-intercept, and then from the y-intercept do a slope triangle to find another point. Once I have 2 points, I have the line. So that's what I'm going to do with these two linear equations I have here. We'll start with the first one, y equals negative x plus 6. So I go to my y-intercept and I plot a point. In this case, y equals 6. Now I'm going to use my slope triangle to find another point for that line. Well, when I look closely at the number in front of my x, it's negative 1. Negative 1 implies I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. The negative tells me I have to go down in the y direction, and then I'll go positive direction for the x. So rise over run. Easiest way to do it is draw your slope triangle. So I'm going to start here at 6, go down 1, and then over 1. And that becomes then my next point. Okay, well, that point's right here. Once I have 2 points, I can draw the line by connecting those points together. Something like that. It's not great, but it works. Ordinarily, if you had a straight edge, you would use a straight edge to make sure that you got a really good line drawn. My next step is to graph the next linear equation, y equals 3x plus 2. For this one, I have a y-intercept of positive 2. So I plot the point there at y equals 2. And now I have a slope of positive 3. All right, well, positive 3 tells me that I would go up 3 in the y direction, and then I would go to the right 1. Okay, well, I can do that. So again, I'm going to do a slope triangle from here, go up 1, 2, 3, over 1, went a little too far there, and then over 1. And that gives me the second point. One of the nice things about this one is that second point coincides with the same point I had for my first line, using the same technique of starting at my y-intercept and then doing a slope triangle. Now I can connect these two lines or 2 points to get my line, and I can see that in fact the point where the two lines cross, that shared point, it's known as the common solution. And so now I can write down my common solution, and we write it down in point form. And in this case, I can see that the x for this point is at x equals 1 and y equals 5. And so the solution for this linear system is the point 1 comma 5. And that's how we can use graphing to solve linear systems. We essentially just graph each equation, each linear equation in our system on a graph, and then we find the coordinate point where the lines cross. Our next method that we're going to be looking at is called the equal values method. And in the equal values method, we're taking advantage of the fact that when I have a linear system, the point where the two lines cross has an x and a y that are equal to each other in both of the equations. Because of that, I can simply look for that point by setting both equations equal to each other, especially when they're already solved for one of the variables. In this linear system, we have both equations in slope-intercept form, which ensures that both equations are solved for the variable y. But since the variable y is going to be equal to each other in both equations at the point where the two lines cross, that means I can set the equations that equal y to each other, and then I can solve that for x. Let's walk through this one and see how it works. So I take both equations and I set them equal to each other. Negative x plus 6 equal 3x plus 2. Since both of those equations equal y, and the y's for both equations would be equal to each other at the point where they cross, this is valid. Now all I have to do is find the x at that point. So I use my normal equation solving techniques. I'll add my x to the other side. Cancels here. I'm left with 6. On the other side, I get 4x plus 2. Now I'm going to move my 2 over. Cancels here. And I'm left with 4 equals 4x. Okay, last step, divide by 4 to move it over. That equals 1. That equals 1. And we get a final answer of x equal to 1, which we knew was the solution since we had done it using graphing in the prior technique. Now I take this variable x equals 1, and I'm going to plug that back into one of the equations. It doesn't matter which equation I use, but I have to use at least one of them. So I'm going to plug that in up here, and I'm going to use the very first equation, which was y equal negative x plus 6. I'm plugging x equals 1, so I get y equal negative, plug in my 1, plus 6, which gives me y equals negative 1 plus 6. Thus, y equals 5. Well, it turns out that is indeed the solution to this linear system. Again, we already did it using graphing. And once again, I would write my common solution as a coordinate point. And in this case, 1 comma 5, just like we did when we graphed it. And that's the equal values method. It's really a simple method that allows us to exploit the fact that when I have two equations already solved for one of the variables, those variables have to be equal to each other at the point where the two lines cross. And that allows me then to set both equations equal to each other and solve for one of the variables. I then plug that back into one of the equations, and it doesn't matter which one you use, to get the final result, meaning my y in this case, and then I write my common solution in that point format, x comma y. Thanks.